Yes, hello. Hello, Assalamu alaikum and good morning, class. Can you hear my voice? Yes, Hamza, Mushtuba, Hamza, Islam, Mehta, and Zimal. If you can hear my voice and see my screen clearly, please let me know. Yes, okay. So let's start the chapter today. Today we are going to review or reinforce lesson classification of living organisms. This chapter is from biology, okay? So in this chapter, we are going to reinforce about the branch of biology in which we study about the classification of living things and binomial nomenclature, flowchart for units of classification, and scientific name in classification of mustard plant, frog, and human beings. And also about we will learn about the classification and characteristic features of kingdoms, 5 kingdoms that were proposed by Robert Whittaker. Okay, so let's start with our reinforcement. So here is the definition and aims of classification of taxonomy. So taxonomy is the scientific study in which we deal with the classification of living organisms, and it is called taxonomy. Its singular is taxis. Okay, please remember in your mind, its singular is taxis, not taxa. Okay, I'm highlighting it. Its singular is taxis. It means arrangement, and nomo, laws. Nomos means laws. Taxis, arrangement. Taxonomy, it comes from Greek language and it has two parts. Taxis means arrangement and nomos means law, right? And what is the aim of taxonomy or the aim of classification by using the branch of biology taxonomy is that in this we deal with the description, identification, classification, and naming of living organisms on the basis of structural similarities and dissimilarities, right? Means in taxonomy, what is the aim when we study about the classification of the living organism, whether plants or animals? mm, it deals with the, or its aim is to describe, identify, and classify, give names of the living organisms. Is this clear? Yes, class, is this clear? Please let me know if this is clear, and highlight the aim of classification in your books or in your bio copies. Please, this is very important. The definition of taxonomy and aim of taxonomy. Aims of taxonomy is very, very important with respect to your examination. Okay, so please highlight it, that what is the aim of classification. You should know, you should learn it by heart, that what is the aim of classification or what is the aims of taxonomy. Okay, got it. Next is the hierarchy of classification groups. This is the flow chart, and this flow chart you have already drawn in your copies as well, and it is also drawn in your books, and it shows us the 7 chief groups make up a system in scientific classification. And it starts from, if we look at the down flow chart in the downward direction, it starts from the smallest, or we can say the unit of classification, which is the basis of classification is the species. The first unit is species, then different species they group together, closely related species they group together in genus. Okay, then family, then order, after order class. Class is modified into phylum or division. Mostly it is classified into phylum. And the highest unit of classification is the kingdom. Right, the highest unit for classification is the kingdom. Means if we start from upward to lower direction or in the descending order, we start from the kingdom. For instance, you can see, for instance, if we look at the flow chart for the scientific name and classification of mustard plant, is it starts from the kingdom. The first unit you write for the classification of mustard plant, for the classification of frog and human beings, you first write down the kingdom. You start the classification from kingdom and ends at the species, right? So this unit of this hierarchy of classification of groups is, this hierarchy is very important, and it is important with respect to exams. Okay, it is important with respect to exams. And I have, for this week I have already given you this question number 3 to learn it by heart, to practice it by heart, and always remember where the arrows are directing. Okay, it's not like that. If you are putting the direction of arrow in the upward direction, all should be in the upward direction. If you are putting the arrow in the downward direction, from kingdom to species, all should be in the downward direction. It is not like that, that somewhere you put the arrow in the upward direction, and somewhere like in between order and family you put the direction of the arrow in the downward direction. Okay, means the head of the arrow should be in the same direction. Got it? Okay, now let's move to next topic, that is binomial nomenclature. Binomial nomenclature is the formal naming system for living things. It is given by scientist Carl Linnaeus, and he established the practice of binomial nomenclature. In this, all the species, or every species has two parts scientific name. The system he introduced, Carl Linnaeus, he introduced a system of binomial nomenclature, in which he suggested the naming of the organism. The first name refers to the genus. For instance, if we say Rana tigrina, this is the, write down the common name of Rana tigrina in the chat box. Write down Fatma, Faudia Fawad, Hafsa, Hamza Islam, Meda, Rumesa, Limal, Irtiza. I want Arham Mughal, Abdul Rahman. I want everyone to write down the common name of Rana tigrina in the chat box. Name of Rana tigrina in the chat box. Yes, right, yes. So when we write Rana tigrina, Rana should be in the, it is two names. First, the Rana will start with the first letter capital, and tigrina, the first letter is small. It is written in the way the binomial nomenclature suggested, that first name to the genus, and it is also called generic name, and always begins with the capital letter. Okay, two parts like Rana tigrina, like Brassica campestris, like Homo sapiens, they are all written in a way suggested by the scientist, that the name should be in the first letter, the generic name should be in the capital letter. It starts with the capital letter. Okay, so let's check how the names should be written. Here the scientific name and the classification of mustard plant. It is given in your book, and you have done this in your copy as well. Look at the bottom of the flow chart. That scientific name, it starts with this is the Brassica, is the generic name of the mustard plant. Brassica starts with capital B, and campestris with small c. Okay, campestris, Brassica campestris. So scientific name and the classification. How do we do the classification? Kingdom is the plantae, means the kingdom of mustard plant is plantae. It belongs to kingdom plant. Division Tracheophyta. Class Dicotyledonine. Order Caparellus. Family Brassicaceae. Please remember uh, that family, the three things are very important. Kingdom, for every classification, kingdom is very important. You should learn the kingdom of Rana tigrina and kingdom of Brassica campestris. Okay, and family, that is Brassicaceae, genus is Brassica, and species is campestris. Okay, so next next is frog. Common name is frog and kingdom is Animalia. It belongs to kingdom Animalia. Division is chordata, means chordata is the division in which we learn about the animals which have vertebral column. All those who belong to phylum chordata or division chordata, it means they are categorized into vertebrates. Okay, chordata belongs to the phylum, and we learn them under the living organisms or the animals which have vertebral column or vertebrates. Their class is amphibia. Singular we can say amphibians. Okay, amphibia. Their order is Selentia, Anura. Selentia is at times also called Anura, but commonly you need to learn about Selentia. Family is Ranidae. Ranidae. Okay, genus Rana, and species Tigrina. Rana, genus is Rana, species is Tigrina. And the scientific name should be written in the way the R of Rana should be capital and T of Tigrina should be small. It starts with the small letter. So the scientific name should be, or biological name should be Rana tigrina. Okay, it frog belongs to kingdom Animalia. Mustard plant, as we know that plants they all belong to kingdom Plantae, and animals they belong to kingdom Animalia. Then they are further classified or filtered into different division, class, order, family, genus, species. Okay, now this is very important. This is okay. Now next is, let me, yeah, the scientific name and classification of mustard plant and classification of frog. Both of these classifications, they are very important with respect to your exam. It can become it can be coming into separate question and solid separate question. Okay, so you should emphasis on learning the spellings and their proper like we can say the chart or order, their order that they are given according they are written in your copies or in your book, like the kingdom, division, class, order, they should be in the proper manner, in the proper order. Okay, now next is it's a classification for Homo sapiens. For instance, kingdom, we belong to kingdom, Animalia, animals, organisms able to move on their own. All those living things which belong to, yes, Abdul Rahman, scientific name must be written. Okay, animals, how do we classify that these are animals? Because they are organisms able to move on their own. However, those belong to kingdom Plantae, they cannot move on their own. They are fixed at their particular places. Phylum Chordates means we belong to phylum Chordate. We have vertebral column, we have backbone. That's why animals with backbone, they are learned under the phylum Chordates or Chordata. Okay, our class belongs to mammals. Chordates those who have backbones, they have fur or hair on the body and milk glands, and they reproduce their young ones. They give birth to young ones. Okay, so our class is mammals. Our order is primates. How do we pronounce it? Primates. Primates are mammals with collar bones. We have collar or neck bones and grasping finger. Grasping finger means we have the fingers which can hold the things, which can grasp the thing, or which can clutch the things. Okay, so this is called the grasping finger. Order, why we are coming under primates? Because we are mammals with collar bones. There are some mammals which do not have collarbones and grasping fingers. However, human beings, they are learned under primates. Their property is that they have collarbones, means the bone at their neck, and grasping fingers. हमारी fingers जो हैं वो hold करती हैं. We grasp, हम पकड़ते हैं. Grasping fingers, the fingers which can hold or catch or clutch the things. Okay. Family, hominids. Family is hominids. Primates with relatively flat faces and three-dimensional vision. We have particular face features or flat face, and we have three-dimensional vision, means we can look, our eyeballs can move in different directions, so that we can move in 3 dimensions. Okay, we can roll our eyeballs. We can move our eyeballs. That's why we are being learned under the family hominids. Okay, our genus is Homo. Hominids with upright posture and large brains. Why we are learned under Homo? Our genus is Homo. Why we are learned under hominids? Because we have upright posture, means we stand straight. We do not crawl, we do not run or jump. We have upright structure. Okay, we have upright posture and have large brain in our skull. Okay, we have large brains in our skull. Last one, our species is Homo sapiens. What is our species? We are Homo sapiens. Members of the genus Homo with a high forehead and thin skull bones. Our skull bones are thin, यानी बारीक बोन्स होती हैं, छोटी छोटी बहुत सारी हमारी स्कल में बोन्स होती हैं. एंड हाई फोरहेड. हाई फोरहेड मीन्स our forehead is prominent and it is located in the skull. High forehead at the top. Okay, high forehead. That's why we belong to the species Homo sapiens. Got it? Understood, everyone? Why we are being learned under? Yes, Fatma, scientific names Homo. Homo, capital H. It's capital H. Where I have written Homo sapiens like this. Here it is written Homo capital H and sapiens is small, Homo sapiens. Where I have written species Homo sapiens. Scientific name. Beta, the species is Homo sapiens. Our species. This is our scientific name, and we come under this species. Our species is human. Commonly, we are being called human, and why we are called our species is Homo sapiens, and why this is our name Homo sapiens, because we belong to this species. Okay, we belong to this species. Though our name is scientific name is Homo sapiens, but our species belong is also called Homo sapiens, right? Next is living things and their five kingdoms. Now it comes to biodiversity. Biodiversity, please make sure that biodiversity means the variety. Biodiversity means variety of living things. Biodiversity means variety of living things. Please write it down somewhere in your book, or please remember it. What is the meaning of biodiversity? It means variety of living things. Okay, different types of living things. Now we are going to learn the different kingdoms, five kingdoms, which were being proposed by Robert Whittaker and also by the different scientists. Margulis and Shor's proposed modification of Whittaker's system. According to this, there are five kingdoms of living things. Okay. First kingdom is prokaryote or prokaryotes. Okay. Prokaryotes, under prokaryotes, bacteria are included. And then protista eukaryote. Prokaryotes, what do you mean by prokaryotes? Write down the definition of prokaryotes. Yes, class. I need the definition of prokaryotes. Yes, Meda. Fatima. Prokaryotes only unicellular, but there are some organisms which are unicellular, but they are not considered under prokaryotes. All prokaryotes are plasmid membrane. Yes, without nucleus, right. Simple. If anybody asks you, what do you mean by prokaryotes? Like I am asking, if a madam comes in your class and she asks you, or she asks me, she comes in your class and asks you, what do you mean by prokaryotes? Your answer should be straightforward. All those unicellular organisms which lack true nucleus, means there is no prominent nucleus present, with at times no nucleus or at times no prominent nucleus. Only the chromatin network is present, but no prominent nucleus is present. How would you define them? Yes, Hamza. Yes, Hamza. Okay. How do we define the prokaryotes? All those organisms which are unicellular but they lack true nucleus. Okay, unicellular but they lack true nucleus. Okay, now next is eukaryotes. How do we define eukaryotes? All those multicellular or unicellular multicellular means fungi, plants, animals, and protozoa, amoeba, it is unicellular, algae, multicellular. They are eukaryotes. Why they are called eukaryotes? Can anybody tell me? Why these four groups are considered under eukaryotes? Why do we call them eukaryote? What is the difference between pro and eu? Prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Permanent, Abdul Rahman, not permanent, prominent. Look, I'm writing the definition of eu and prokaryote. Eukaryotes are example whose cells have nucleus enclosed with the nuclear envelope. Yes, or you can say all those organisms with prominent promin END, prominent nucleus, prominent or true nucleus, prominent or true nucleus are eukaryotes. Okay, all those organisms with prominent or true nucleus are eukaryotes. Okay, and all those organisms who lack the true nucleus are called prokaryotes. Got it? Okay, now let's move forward. There are 5 kingdoms proposed by the scientists. One is coming under prokaryotes, and another are eukaryotes: fungi, plants, animals, protista, and bacteria. Let's move the features of these 5 kingdoms. We will start from the kingdom Animalia. These are the salient features, or we can say characteristic features of kingdom, different 5 kingdoms. First of all, kingdom Animalia. Beta, please learn the characteristics of these Animalia and fungi. These two are very important. Okay. There is some internet issue. If it is disconnected, this session will be disconnected. Please don't go. I will reconnect it. Okay. So in Animalia, please write down somewhere that Animalia, characteristic features of Animalia and fungi are very important for exams. Okay. They are multicellular, heterotrophic. Heterotrophic means they can feed on they can prepare, they feed on other organisms. So they cook their food, but they do not prepare their own food because they have no chlorophyll. So that's why they are called non-chlorophyllous. What do we call them? Non-chlorophyllous. I'm writing it here. Non-chlorophyllous. N-O-N. Okay, or leaf. I will write down in the chat box. Non-chlorophyllous. Non-chlorophyllous. We are called non-chlorophyllous. Animals, all the animals, they are non-chlorophyllous. They have no cell walls, complex cell structure with nucleus. You need to learn these 4 characteristics of animals. What are these? We are multicellular, we are heterotrophic, we do not have chlorophyll, we have no cell walls, but we have cell structure with prominent nucleus. Okay. Next, the characteristics. Murtuza, are you in your senses? Sorry, it is up. Why are you asking me the control of the session? Focus on the lesson. Don't play with your computer or cell. Yes, kingdom Plantae. They are multicellular, autotrophic. Why do we call autotrophic? Because they have chlorophyll and they photosynthesize their own food. Okay, multicellular. What is the difference between multicellular? Animalia and Plantae. Both are multicellular, but one is heterotrophic, do not have chlorophyll. Another one is autotrophic, have chlorophylls, photosynthesis carries out. They have cell wall made up of cellulose. Complex cell structure with nucleus. Only 3 things are different. We are heterotrophic, plants are autotrophic. We do not have chlorophyll, they have chlorophyll. We do not have cell wall, they have cell wall. Otherwise, their structure is complex with cell structure and nucleus. Right? Fungi, they are again multicellular. Cell walls not made up of cellulose. Means all those fungi, they are also multicellular, but they do not have cell wall which is made up of cellulose. Okay, saprophytic feeders, so no chlorophyll. Saprophytic means they feed on dead organic matter. Saprophytic, please learn the definition of saprophytic. Whether they are fungi or bacteria, they learn on dead organic matter. Okay, saprophytic feeders, so no chlorophyll. All the saprophytic fungi and bacteria, they do not have chlorophyll. Complex cell structure with nucleus. Okay, Means all the eukaryotes, they have complex cell structure with nucleus. Protect, Protoctista, it is also called protista. Multicellular, mostly unicellular. A few are multicellular. Complex cell structure with nucleus. Prokaryotes, unicellular, simple cell structure with no nucleus. Okay, simple cell structure with no nucleus. Please write down somewhere that out of these five kingdoms, kingdom animalia and fungi are very important with respect to exams. And we will I may be on Monday when there will be test from this chapter, classification of living organism. I will be asking it. Okay, I have given you, though I have given you question 1, question 3, 4 and question 5. Okay, these questions are definitely coming in your test, but I may be included, I will include kingdom fungi, characteristics of kingdom fungi and characteristics of kingdom animalia. Okay, these are very important with respect to exams. Now next is, let's start our question answer session. What is meant by biodiversity? Write down what is meant by biodiversity. By the time I am marking your attendance. Write down the definition of biodiversity. सही. ठीक है. Has someone? Yes. Arham? Yes, just a minute, Arham. Let me mark the attendance.
Miss, biodiversity means variety of living organism.
Yeah, good. I want the answers from everyone. Yes, Zeemal, Talha Javed. Why Zeemal and Talha Javed, Rumesa, no, Bilal, they are all silent. Why, beta? Variety of living things. Right. Okay. Singular of taxonomy is taxi. Is this true or false? Singular of taxonomy is taxi. Is this true or false? Yeah. Then what is the correct answer? What is the correct answer? Can anybody give me the correct answer? Texas, yes. Okay. So who suggested the new system of classifying living organisms? Binomial nomenclature. Who suggested it? Who suggested? C. Linnaeus. Okay. Okay, class. Man belongs to kingdom dash. Man belongs to kingdom. Man belongs to kingdom animalia, yes. And back. Okay, unicellular. The singular of phylum is this. Singular of phylum is the singular of phylum is phyla. We are right. Okay, kingdom Monera contains किंगडम मुनैरा, ये कौन लिख रहा है? PHILA, अब्दुल रहमान। किंगडम मुनैरा कंटेन्स Tila Javed, Bimal, they are not answering. I don't know. Yes, right, Fatma. Abdul Rahman, plants. Kingdom Munera contain plants. Please write down the correct answer, Abdul Rahman. Kingdom Munera contains. Multicellular organism with no cell wall and chloroplast. Again, he is writing yes. Yes, multicellular organisms. Multicellular organisms with no cell wall and no chlorophyll are called yes, Fatma and Bilal. Yes, Fatma.
Yes, kingdom fungi.
Multicellular organism with no cell wall. Kingdom fungi. Multicellular, yes. But fungi have cell wall. Multicellular
Yes,
organism.
kingdom animalia.
Kingdom Animalia. Yes, right. Okay, Kingdom Animalia. And just a minute. Let me check more. Hmm. Okay, the family of mustard is the family of mustard is the family of mustard plant. Family of mustard plant. Family of yes, Bilal, right. Family of mustard plant. Family. I'm asking about the family. Look into the book and let me know. Yes, Fatma, right. Right. Abdul Rahman, Faliha, write down the family of mustard plant. Only Fatma has written the answer. Chordata. Abdul Rahman, behosh ho jaungi. Family of mustard plant is chordata. What I am asking, please beta focus what I am asking. I'm talking about the mustard plant. Okay, class. Okay, class, we are going to stop our lesson here. It's time to say goodbye. And I wish you good luck for exams. And just after this class, I have written the question Abdul Rahman in the chat box. Please check the chat box. Family, I was asking about the family of mustard plant. And one thing, just after this class, I'm going to upload the learning homework. Please must check the Google class. Okay, must check the Google class. I'm going to upload the learning homework. Already you have written in your diaries, but Miss Yasmin asked to mention it in the Google, announce it in the Google class, so that those who haven't written, please be prepared on Monday. Pattern बता दे पेपर का in the class. We will discuss this in the class. Okay. Okay. Allah Hafiz. Thank you so much. Allah Hafiz.